Hey guys, how's it going? Sensational here, welcome back to the channel. Today we're having a little bit of a throwback. This is Thresh Nasus, and Thresh Nasus did get two cards that got buffed in this recent patch, and those two cards are Blighted Caretaker, now back to a 2-1 from a 1-1, and then Camavorn Dragon up from a 4-3 to a 4-4. Now historically Camavorn Dragon wasn't really played in Thresh Nasus at all, but I think this one health buff actually makes a really big deal because it comes down as a 4-mana 5/5 fearsome that also just drains your opponent's Nexus every time it trades, which is really good because you are this aggressive beatdown deck, and the faster you get your opponent down to atrocity range or just whittle them down, it's really good. And I think this card just fits in phenomenally well. This list I did take from Grandpa Roji. You might know him as another fellow streamer in the Runeterra space. But this card is really cool as well because most of your deck, you know, like the Butchers, the Reapers, the Curse Keepers, everything has 1 or 2 health in your deck. And Camavorn Dragon has more than that. And that might seem insignificant at first, but historically speaking, you're weak to a lot of like removal things, like Mystic Shots, Avalanches, whatever it is. It's really weak into like that. But Camavorn Dragon gives your mid-range a little bit of extra beef, and not being weak or not being susceptible to like any sort of like board wide removal makes it so that you at least have some unit attack your opponent's Nexus, you know, with each turn. And because as fearsome, it's also a pretty difficult card to even block. It can't get chump blocked and can just push a lot of damage overall. Apart from that, this deck looks relatively similar. You're just utilizing the Slay package to push a lot of early damage, but Reaper being one of the strongest 1-drops in this deck. The ability to just scale as the game goes on, especially because you're slaying your own units and your opponent's units as well. Of course, Blighted Caretaker coming back, giving you 2/1 saplings to challenge units, also able to boost up Bakai Reaper's attack, challenge fearsome blockers out of the way, or just trade them down. It makes the card scale even faster. Now, this particular list is running a little bit more fodder, such as Wings in the Wave, to sort of account for Camavorn Dragon coming down on turn 4, because right now, the only realistic slay target you have are like the Curse Keepers, maybe like the Praise off a Fading Icon, and then the Wings in the Wave, and you do need a lot because you are running 3 copies of Butcher, 3 copies of Blighted Caretaker, 2 Leeches, and 3 Camavorn Dragons. So quite heavy on deck cards that actually slay units. And so to compensate that, there are a few more units that, albeit aren't very good on paper, but at least give you enough fodder so that you try to never run out. After playing this deck for a few games, there's a few cards I would like. Having like Black Spear, it would be a pretty decent like spot removal. There are some like 3/4 health units in the metagame that are a little bit harder to move outside of like specifically Caretaker or Thresh, which honestly might come down a little bit too slow at times. But apart from that, maybe like Ride Negation just as like a tech card. But overall, this list feels pretty cool. It definitely is a nice throwback to the olden days of Thresh Nasus. Nasus, of course, having Fearsome back. This deck is pretty much almost back to where it was, except for the fact that this Abomination is a 4-2, not a 4-3. But almost everything else about this deck is the same. We also just have an added bonus of Quicksand, which is just a phenomenal card overall. So if you guys were around, geez, like a year and a half ago when Thresh Nasus was in its prime, it feels pretty similar to that. And this aggressive, fearsome based attack style is, I would say, actually pretty strong right now. So feel free to check it out. Feel free to check out the games. I think there's some really good commentary in there. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys later for the next video. So peace out, guys, and take care. Ekko Zilean, huh? How do you think this match would go? So the main concern isn't the right word, but the main issue is like if they hit like a Hextech Crystal, or like the card that, like, you know, blows up my entire board. That could be pretty bad. Like from the Hextech Crystal from the Fallen Feline, that could be really bad. Pretty much nothing in our deck survives it besides Thresh, Nasus, and Camavorn Dragon. So if we ever get Hextech Crystaled, we'd probably lose. Which is a little bit scary. This hand just like kind of stings. We also have no way to directly deal with Ekko. There's no like Black Spear in this list. Although I think Black Spear could be an interesting addition. We just haven't found any like Slay synergy here. It's a little bit concerning. Sure. It's an interesting like sort of heads up play. I currently just don't have any like Slay synergy, so like the odds of like drawing a card that needs to be slayed versus like is slaying is like pretty much the same. So giving it blocker is like fine. I still don't have a play for next turn, which is very concerning. This is not the hand I'm looking for. So if they just like play Ekko next turn before I can play Thresh, I just like kind of cry. Save me. Okay, I guess that saved me. That's the one unit in my deck that survives against the crystal, and it kind of farms him right now. Ancient prep, right? No crystal yet is nice. If Ekko's played this turn, doesn't level, which is also nice. I get a free swing here. Time bomb. Okay, so that means I gotta play Thresh. If they don't have Ekko here and I can like box an Ekko in the future, that'd be really, really good in preventing it from striking. So you can see how like the Cavern addition to this deck does make its like mid game plan a little bit better. Now, obviously, if I had like a better board in the early game, this would be a lot more threatening. But of course, he has like cards like Time Bomb, and this is where this sort of like mid-range beef helps you survive against like some of the more AoE things that Thresh Nasus was generally weak to in the past, which is pretty cool. Like imagine if I just had a board of like 1 health, 2 health units that just like gets Time Bomb and I cry myself to sleep. Would not be very pleasant. So voice isn't leveled yet. Does have Ekko, which is a problem. Ekko is leveling and he does get a chrono break. Also a problem, I can't box it. Another problem. This is looking a little bit scary. But he does still need to be able to flip Ekko. So if it's something like Scrying Sands, he needs to pre-commit it, which is nice. If he does this, I can actually block Ekko with Thresh and just kill it now, which is really good. So with Thresh's stat line, I don't know if he can realistically attack with Ekko here, or I would much prefer if he does attack with Ekko here, because I'm not limited by the number of Threshes. So like if he has a Scrying Sands here, that's okay-ish. Okay, that's like the worst case scenario. Speaking of which, Thresh's box actually just like sort of counters Chrono Break, just because it clears like everything now. But like letting him get the time trick, obviously not the hottest.
No, deja vu isn't what it used to be.
This is a little bit awkward. So if he has Chrono Break here, I'm a little bit sad. As long as I have box on a turn where he Chrono Breaks, I think I'm fine. As long as he doesn't have like Right Negation, of course. I need to keep mana up in order to play Thresh box, just in case. Hopefully it gives me the action, because if he just like goes immediately into Chrono Break, I can't do it. Which is the downside of making this block last turn, but then it wouldn't have forced out the Scrying Sands. The block last turn is definitely correct, it just sucked that he did have the Scrying Sands, because if he didn't hit off the time trick, I would be in a pretty good spot. But now this is a little bit awkward. I'm pretty lucky I have the Cavern Dragon that's actually healing me when it like slays. Not that he has a fearsome blocker anyways, but it's also dealing damage to him. Like I could potentially get him into atrocity range, although against something like another Scrying Sands or potentially Quicksand, that'd be a little bit scary. I'm very happy to let this go through, as long as he doesn't immediately Chrono Break me before I can play Thresh. Okay, sure. The issue is if he plays like a voice. I can go too wide if he does play voice. Still kind of scary. It's like voice is scary here. A chrono break is a little bit scary. Chrono break not as scary just because he doesn't have a voice yet. But my opponent looks like he disconnected. Okay. Damn. Oh, that's pretty good commentary too. Oh, no, he's back. That was unfortunate because he did miss out on a lot there, especially the free time trick. But I mean, we'll take it, I guess. We just have two fearsome attackers that he can't block. I'm just gonna take the swing so he can't play a fearsome blocker. Like I could develop, but if he plays like Voice the Risen, I don't want to like give him free blockers for these guys. All right. There's the Hexite Crystal. There's the Voice.
All would become legends.
If we're tossing now, we get wrecked by Quicksand. I would like to not get wrecked by Quicksand, if possible. Quicksand's -4, he'd be at 1. There's no real point developing anything. I could develop Nasus, I guess. Just like to use my mana and not just like completely pass the turn. Once Nasus gets to 6, I should just be fine. And then I have Box to potentially slay a lot more units next turn. Zilean leveling up is scary, but the game's just gonna end next turn. So I don't think there's much reason to be afraid. He does have this Hexite Crystal, but we have some pretty decent development after the fact. I can just play Fading Icon for two blockers, that is. Ideally I can like Box plus Atrocity this turn, but I don't know if there's a need for that.
You said that yesterday. Good one, Zil. High five, yeah.
And if he does overcommit under like Quicksand, which I'm not even entirely sure he runs, I can just Atrocity him. Scary thing right now is he can still Absolver plus Quicksand. And we're just like one slay off. It's a little bit unfortunate. So maybe we should just like Blind Caretaker here. And like say we don't play around Quicksand scrying. Something like that. Like maybe we should just like cash in a slay here and then just chuck Nasus at his face. Also potentially correct. Oh, okay. I think this should be fine, right? So right now he potentially needs to like Absolver just to trade down the board. I guess that works as well. I forgot he could do that. Oh, my Thresh still levels. Okay. And then if he plays the revive thing, I can just box him. So he's gonna like chrono break me, right? He does get the time trick here, which is fantastic. He should have committed to Hexite Crystal first, which was a little bit bizarre. Why does my Thresh survive? Wait, my Thresh... Oh, cause this dies. Why do you attack with the cat? Okay, so my opponent made like a slight missequencing this turn. Because now if he plays a thing, I can just box. The scary part is he could simply just like... He simply could just like kill my Thresh. But this box kills the Ekko. What kills these? I can just leech here, right? I can leech after combat, right? What if he has another chrono break? Like if I tap under Atrocity, I could just lose here. We'll just do this for blockers so that we don't need a box. And then if he has a chrono break, we'll just Atrocity. If he doesn't and like needs to kill my Thresh, we can also Atrocity. So this is a win-win. This is a win-win. Like if Thresh survives, we just attack and we pull Nasus and Atrocity that. If he has a second chrono break, we can Atrocity here and we win. If he tries to kill Thresh, we can just Atrocity and we win as well. So this is a win-win on all levels. This was the best line.
Oh, right. I remember this.
Chrono break me, I dare you. Ayo. Now that Nasus is a 12-12, there's absolutely no way for him to stop it. And it's gonna get Spell Shield here as well. And Chrono Shift. Chrono Shift seemed interesting because he has a Chrono Break. This doesn't count as dying as far as I'm aware. I don't believe that counts as like Ekko dying. So he doesn't bring it back with Chrono Break. Which is like, I'm curious as to why he did it, but who knows. I have another Thresh now. Scary part is if our opponent didn't like accidentally pass that turn, we'd probably be losing this game. A little bit scary. And you had another Ekko too. You could have replayed Ekko and then played Chrono Break and then had, what, 2 Echoes on board? I think our opponent's making a little slight missequencing. Wait, did he just put the Chrono Break back into his deck? Curious. Not really the lines I would go for if I was playing in his shoes, but... Oh, okay. He's gonna have another Ride Negation next turn. There's no way we can win next turn with Atrocity. Well, unless he taps under 4. He did spend a lot of mana doing nothing this turn. Then we have a 17-12 Nasus who can replay a 6-9 Thresh. And then if he survives the next turn, we just attack with Thresh. Yeah, right now his hand is nothing. Yeah, Chrono Shift useless. Yeah, you can Ancient Prep, I guess. Like Chrono Break does nothing now. No point in trusting this turn. I guess like now he can tap under 4 mana. Like there's never any reason to play Thresh, I guess, but I just don't see how we're losing from this spot. Like, yeah, you can play Ekko, but I just block Nasus, right? There's also no way he just like burns me out from 15. Yep. The renegation back, yep. I think we made a slight mistake by just playing Thresh. We didn't need to. It's hard to even call it a mistake because we're in such a dominating position, but we definitely could have at least pressured him into like doing nothing this turn. Like, he'd be very strapped to not tap under 4 mana, so I couldn't play Atrocity, but again, we're just like not losing. Because we're gonna get a second Nasus out here. Now we should kill Zilean. Just in case he has some random way to cheese us here. We should still just threaten to kill a Zilean. Hey yo. You know, this one has spell shield for when we atro it. Let's go. Got him. Ooh. Interesting. I assume this is like utilizing like the new plunder card, or not the new plunder cards, with like the buffed failure mid-range cards. So specifically like the Rhyme Fang or the Shaman got buffed, Beer got buffed. Like big chunky units is definitely an area where like Thresh Nasus like falters a little bit, but this hand is very aggressive and we can maybe sneak through. Again, not attacking on odds makes this a little bit more awkward. Interesting. This is so interesting. Like, I could like utilize Blighted Caretaker on turn. That's annoying. This is interesting because I have a lot of slay targets. I can just like Vile Feast next turn. This one takes that time to just push 6 damage. Because we know this is dying, so I want to make sure that he can't trade it very easily next turn. Excuse me. Wow, he doesn't block so that this can kill this next turn. That's so insane. I'm very happy with that. And I can still Vile Feast this. This is perfect. And I can go into like either Caretaker or Blighted or Dragon next turn. This is a pretty good outcome, especially because he didn't have another unit to challenge. Jesus Christ. If I played this 4+7 exact lethal. Now I'm gonna say he's not like a random avalanche deck. If he is, he's just a better player. If he like avalanches me, I just like I'm just gonna check out. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Jason Station. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Yada yada. There's no way he just randomly avalanches me. I didn't think so. Or ice shards me. Ice shard's not as bad. Okay. Ah, you got me. Sort of. As far as getting me, that's as like best as it gets, I suppose, this turn. So he's dead to the Camel Warren Dragons because he's at 2 without any healing. And we'll just slay. 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 Hey yo. Yeah, that's how you get super aggressive with this deck as well. Even if you're attacking on odds/evens, you can just weave it in. It's like that. Ahri, huh? So we don't have Red Negation. We can't really stop things like say a Homecoming. And so we'll have to pressure through other means. Like, it's gonna be a little bit harder to like just slam down Thresh and hope that, you know, it's gonna level up and stick. And so we're gonna have to go through alternate means of just pressuring them through like an aggressive, fearsome way. And we do have a mix of vulnerables and other things to kind of achieve that. More. Does that run more? I forget. We have Vile Feast as well. Like, we have a really aggressive hand. Depending on how he plays, if he taps under like any sort of recalls, getting a Vile Feast down would also be really good. So we could just kill the Morn here. I don't hate. Question is, what do we do next turn? Do you go for the Merciless Hunter or do you go wide? So like if we Merciless and he plays like the 2-drop that recalls Ahri, that's still pretty bad for him. We can just start here and see what he does. I think this is a good, like, fair midway. If he develops board, wants like block the 3-2, potentially go off for the R with the Merciless Hunter. But we still have 2 fearsome blockers. Alright. I think this is fine. I have fearsome attackers, which he can't deal with right now. I have this pull, and then like this still doesn't deal with the fact that he's taking 8 damage. So I'm pretty happy overall with this like line. Like I forced him to recall his R and he has to spend 2 mana just to replay it. That seems not that good for him. And we still have Thresh to be able to challenge it later. I think we're so far ahead that if he's like forced to like homecoming Ahri, that's like really slow. Droplet unfortunately sort of changes that. Like Droplet's really annoying and maybe wants me to play a little bit differently here. Because I don't want to like play Thresh into a position where it just gets bounced. Right now he still needs like deal with these fearsome. Say what? Okay, I didn't see that one coming.
We'll get our licks in.
What? Interesting. So unless we're dying next turn, which I don't really see happening. Got a 4/4 Ahri, hello. Unless we like randomly die next turn, we just have 3 fearsomes attacking. He needs to stop all of them. With his current like play line, I don't know if he can. So I'm feeling okay. I'm just gonna make sure I don't like just tap too much mana into a single unit here. Okay, so he has 2 fearsome blockers. Well, he can't attack with the Morn, otherwise he loses the fearsome blocker. So like he's also just not pressuring me either. It's kind of an interesting spot. I kind of wish I had like Ride and Negation. There's a few cards I wish this list had, like Black Spear, Ride Negation potentially. Ride of Calling even maybe. Oh hey, Quicksand. Exactly what I was thinking about. Sign in. Can we slam Thresh here? Like Thresh Quicksand, potentially like force a level up? I mean, he would just like never like... I think it's kind of scary for our opponent. Ooh. It's letting us feed our Nasus. Or feed our Thresh. It's also having the Morn, which is interesting. So we get 2 deaths here. We get 2 more here, and then this is 5. Something like this. And then this puts me to 5, and then I kill this. This might be trolling. I guess I should probably just do this. Preserve as many fearsomes as I can. I'm not gonna level Thresh, am I? It's only getting 4. Only getting 4. I should either get it to 5, or I should save my fearsomes. And like if I get it to 5, He's forced a homecoming before I attack. Okay, I don't hate. This is an interesting spot. Okay. Oh, I should let this through, right? Because then like he would lose his fearsome blocker. I think this turn was bad. I messed up this turn for sure. This was not a great turn. Unless I like hit like a Slay top deck. Oh, another quicksand. Another quicksand is also acceptable. Oh, he's also just almost dead to the drain, huh? Oh man, this drain is like kind of cute. If we pull the fearsome blocker out of the way, he's forced to block with Ahri. He always has like a homecoming, but okay, I see. Fair enough. Should pull it this way. So this Slay will give me 1 extra damage. Unless he homecoming blocks this way. Like homecoming signing into Thresh. Which would suck. But with this quicksand, I don't think we're losing. It's just a question of whether or not we're winning yet. Or like, when do we win? Ooh, he's giving the Slay. And going for the droplet. What a greedy recall. This recall seems particularly greedy. But I don't think we can die with this quicksand for next turn. And he's also just at 1. If this slays one more thing, he also died. I think we definitely could have played this game a little bit better, but we should still be in a fine spot. Ahri is 4 out of 6. 5 out of 6. Ahri's leveling. We have a quicksand, so he can block. And if this gets a slay, then we also just win on the spot. Why do you play Bard? Bard is 4 mana, do nothing this turn. Why do you play it? That's a little bit bizarre to me. They need to keep homecoming up this turn, or like some recall. Ideally homecoming from his side. If he taps under deny, and just siphoning strike. Okay, siphoning strike would lose like a recall. Let's not do that. Ooh, cute. Oh, but now he loses because we quicksand the Ahri. So we quicksand the Ahri, removes the quick attack, and then it dies on the trade. And then we also just have Nasus leveling as well. What the hell happened here? Hello? Hello? Well, we can also just siphoning strike now. Now we'll style on him. Is it better? Hang on. This is interesting. Oh no, because he drives with Bard, huh? Wait, okay, I didn't think about that. I forgot about that. That's on me. I'm not leveling Nasus here either, which is unfortunate. He has a recall anyway. We might be losing here. There's no point not developing. He's forced a full block and then this should trade. So this gets 2 slays and this gets a 3rd. And then if he has to spend mana to like say recall protect his units, I can siphoning strike the Ahri. I should have put Nasus. No, putting Nasus here is correct. Oh no, I can put the 4/4 there. Ah, I'm bad at math. Ooh, I'm really bad at math. Should drag the 3/3, that was silly. Should drag a 3/3 here, and then we could attack with this here, so Ahri can't block. Yeah, this is a bad sequence. Thresh should be here, and then this should be there. Here's a recall, didn't really matter anyways. Oh, the homecomings. Oh no, I can't kill Ahri. Oh no, I can't. Oh no, I can't kill Ahri. Oh no, I threw. Okay, I threw the game. Well, I don't know if I threw it. No, that was tough. Okay, so I draw Camivore and Dragon off the top. Camivore and Dragon. No, that's not it. I lost. Yeah, that was kind of tough. I think I definitely could have played this game a little bit better at some points. Maybe just like develops and I just Siphoning Strike as Ahri. But he just has elusives here. Even if I Siphoning Strike, I still lose. Damn. Like utilizing Quicksand on that turn where I wasn't flipping Thresh was probably greedy. I shouldn't have used on the Mourned, which was returning back to hand and losing a fearsome attack. So that was like wrong on my side. And that's gonna be a wrap for the games. Thank you guys so much for watching and making it all the way to the end. Really appreciate it, and hope you guys enjoyed the games, the commentary, and the video. If you guys enjoyed the list, feel free to check out Grandpa Roji down below in the description, as well as the deck code that I've posted. So let me guys know how you guys think, and I'll catch you guys later for another video. So peace out guys, take care, and have a good one.